Hello, this is Bill Webb, aka Billy Indiana. Today I'm going to do an unboxing for a recent Kickstarter arrival, and it is Planet Unknown by Adam's Apple Games, and this is the deluxe edition from Kickstarter, so I'm excited to see what's inside this box. If you want to watch along with me, stay tuned. So this just arrived yesterday, Planet Unknown. I love tile-laying polyomino games. I've been really excited to get this one. I've seen several content creators and friends of mine who've been receiving it recently, so I was excited. This is by Adam's Apple Games, like I mentioned, designed by Ryan Lambert and Adam Rehberg, for 1 to 6 players, 70 minutes, 10 and up, and it is full. There's a lot of lid lift. I went ahead and took the plastic off just to reduce the glare, but there's a lot of lid lift in this unopened, and hopefully it looks like there's a little bulging here, so hopefully once I get all the pieces taken apart and reassembled like it's supposed to be, that'll reduce that a bit. It says, "Greetings, Planeteers. As you know, Earth has exhausted its resources, and we need to act now to preserve the future of humanity. Compete with 1 to 6 Planeteers to build the best planet in 70 minutes. The revolving space station, Susan, is capable of same-day delivering polyomino tiles to build your planet. Simultaneous tile drafting gameplay, quick setup, wide player count, and a storage solution are all delivered by this revolutionary gaming component. One giant leap for polyomino board game. Zero downtime, challenging gameplay, fully asymmetric." All right, so let's see what's inside this thick beast. Well, right off the bat, we see Susan. Nice little acronym there, Susan. And it looks like this has different layers to it. We've got some nice art underneath there. Looks kind of spacey. And this obviously spins. So yeah, very cool. Definitely the toy factor kind of feature for this one. Then we've got our boards. So these are primarily, I think, the polyomino tiles. They're going to fit into the Susan. So we'll just stick that over here for now. I think they're mostly going to be the same. Let's see, we can go ahead and tear off this sleeve here. I appreciate that they're not shrink wrapped, that they're using that paper sleeve. So we can look at some of these tiles here. So we've got, if I remember right from the videos I've watched, we've got black as civilization, I think. I think I forget what the yellow stands for, but it acts kind of like a copying of the other ones that it's next to, I think. We've got the rover tiles, technology, biomass, or something like that. And so, yeah, lots of different colors of tiles and pieces here. So definitely popping those out. And then really nice game trays here, actually by Game Trays Company. And so we've got some score pads here. Put those off the side. 2 of them, one on top of each box. And then in the box, seal there. Looks like we've got, these must be those life pods. So they actually have kind of a neat texture to them. They're sort of mottled. Hopefully you can see that on the video. Blue with that black modeling. So pretty cool there. And we've got 2 bags of those. And then we've got, I think these are the meteorites or asteroids that come and hit the planet that you got to remove for scoring purposes. All right, so check those out. They also have that kind of mottled black pebbly look to it inside the orange. So pretty cool. 2 bags of those. And then we've got some little cubes for tracking on each player scoreboard, kind of translucent cubes for each of the different tracks on the boards. And then we've got our rovers. Rovers looking pretty cool here too. Got a little bit of almost a pinkish hue, really almost white, but like a pinkish purple, really faint. And again, a little mottled with some kind of black gray pebbling in there. So it just kind of gives it a little extra texture. Little hefty cubes there. And so we got that one over here. We got our next game tray. Pop off the lid for that. And here I think this must be maybe the first player marker. Not sure what this little blue piece is for. It's a little wooden piece, but not sure what its function is. And then I'm guessing this might be the first player marker. And then we've got 3 packs of cards. So these look like they're going to be a little bit of a mess to try to crack open with there's no tear point. So I'm going to have to probably get I'm going to have to get a knife to tear these open and look at those. Might be able to do that off camera, so you have to sit here and watch me fight with it. Here's the rule book, nice and big, fits the size of the box. I go back and forth on whether I like the bigger ones that fit the box or whether I like the smaller ones that are a little bit easier to handle on the table. I think this is a game probably we won't have to have the rules out that frequently. I think it's simple enough. Yeah, Commander token is that big one. Oh, here we go. Flux token. So we'll see what that's all about. And then we've got our overview and setup, how to play, game in, tile placement rules, resource track, Civ resource track, water resource track, rovers, tech, biomass, energy is those yellow ones, scoring example, optional modules, 2-player variant, event deck module, event deck setup, solo mode setup, solo mode gameplay, and target score list, asymmetric corporation. So a lot of detail. I think the game's pretty easy. The rules are on those first couple pages, but a lot of good detail here to make sure you understand all the asymmetrical planets, all the asymmetrical player boards. First impression, I really like what they've done here with this game rules book. All right, down below, we've got our planets, really beautiful art. And so this is the Oblivion planet. And then this is, I think, the standard one on that side. So I think there's standard on one side for all of them, if I'm not mistaken. And then Charybdis. So same on the back. We've got Pagitno. Yep, looks like they must all be the same. Persephone, kind of checking to make sure. All right, Cerberus. And these all have different rules as given in the book here for how they work. Lacuna, Petra, Kaax. And there's a little rule like this one says, your rover may not move onto toxic planet terrain. You may place tiles over toxic terrain to neutralize it. So I think the toxic terrain are these green swirly spots. Tartarus tiles may not be placed covering the chasm. Rovers may not move across the chasm with orthogonal movement. So I guess the chasm is this red here, and so you can't cross that, and the tiles can't cross it, so it's gonna feels a little thicker than the others, but probably not. And then K273, you may not place a tile that overlaps both planet terrain and ice, so that's going to be tricky. All right, looks like there's some more down here. Wow, there's a lot of these. Gaia, every city not covered by tile scores 2 medals, score complete rows and columns as normal. And then Arashi, every tile placed onto the planet's ring must also be anchored outside the ring. Okay, interesting. All right, so those are the planets in this one. And then now we've got the player boards, and these also have a standard side and an asymmetrical side. So it looks like this says jump drive on this one, and then universal coalition. So I think the jump drive must be one, and I'm guessing that the order of things here is probably different. And then probably these are going to be different. Maybe we can do a quick comparison. We've got Oasis Unlimited and Cosmos Incorporated. And then on the back, we've got Universal. So maybe we can real quick just take a look. Looks like, yeah, the numbers are different here on the rover track. The leveling up tech ones are different. The pattern seems to be pretty much, I think the patterns for Civ, water, and biomass might be identical, at least on these two. But then over here, these advantages are definitely different. All right, so they all have that universal coalition on the back, it looks like, and then the unique organization on the other. So here we've got Republic, and then Wormhole Corp, Makeshift, Flux Industries, and again, just all of them with universal on the back. And then there's one more down here, Horizon Group. All right. To collect a meteorite, your rover must pick it up and deliver it to a rover resource on your planet. So there's actually a new restriction you got to accomplish. So that's interesting. All right, so those boards go back in. I'll tell you what, I'll pause here for a second, and then I'll open the cards and sort everything out, and then I'll show you how it all goes back in. All right, I'm back, and I think I've sorted everything out so we can show you how it works. So we've got the 8 or 10, I forget how many of these player boards there are. Let's see, pull one side out. So there's like 4 on each side. So there's 8 of these triple layered player boards, really, because each side, on the original side where everybody plays Universal, it's all inset, and then on the special sort of asymmetric side is also that way. And then in this one, I've put in 6 of these life pods, it looks like, in each. Oh, maybe I miscounted there. No, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, I think I got 2 rovers in each. I've got all the different colored cubes in here. So you've got the clear and the blue and the red to do your trackers, and a couple of rovers, so for the 6 players. And then here's the civilization card level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. So that is organizing everything sort of that the players might need individually more. And then on this side, we've got the event deck, and we've got the 3 different kinds of events. There's the green events, there's the orange events, and then there's the red events, looks like, red alert. And then we've got the single pieces over here for the biomass pieces, and we've got our meteorites. And then these are, I think, some kind of player marker little triangle pieces that go here. And we've got our first player and our flux cube down underneath there. Now, I didn't see any place specifically for the objective card, so I've just tucked them in here beside the meteorites. And then there are a couple extra of these. I don't know if they're just extra or if certain factions need extra if you play on the side of the boards where they all have their special abilities and such. And so that gets all those components together. They're on that side. And then we put in the, first, I guess, the score pads. So put 1 pad on each side here. I got one that's already kind of coming apart, but that's no big deal. And then we've got the, how many of these was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 double-sided planet boards, put those in there. And then the rule book, and then we get the Lazy Susan. Maybe I'll put the rule book on top, not sure. I don't want to scratch up those player boards though, so yeah, I'll leave it this way. Just hoping these won't pop out. Now, it does look like there might be a little lid lift. We'll see. Even with everything punched. Let's see here. Yeah, there is just a little bit of lid lift, not much. So you can show just, you know, compared to the inch or so that it was before, well, kind of almost, it's just in the middle is where it's high, so you can kind of push it a little bit either way. There is a little bit of lid lift. I did read one of the followers on Instagram noticed my picture of this when I showed that I received it, and he mentioned, or she, I forget, mentioned that if you take out the bottom insert that holds those player boards, which probably don't need it, if you take that out, then there is no lid lift. So I'll have to think about that, see what it feels like if I take it out. But overall, that is Planet Unknown, the deluxe edition from Kickstarter, the Kickstarter project, and by Adam's Apple Games. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, enjoyed seeing what comes in the box, and enjoyed seeing how you can store it in the materials and the game trays that were provided. If you did enjoy it, I'd love it if you'd give it a thumbs up. And it would be terrific if you'd choose to subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions about the game, I'm hoping to play a solo version of it later today. And then my wife's been out of town, but she comes back tomorrow, so hoping to play a game with her tomorrow. And hopefully soon I can share some of my thoughts. If you have questions or comments about the game, leave those down below. As always, thanks for watching. This is Billy, Indiana, signing off.